hey, we have a great economy. But what does that even really mean? Let's talk about it. This topic comes from a comment that I got on YouTube, and while it is very basic, that's why it's in the category of just 101. There's nothing wrong with basics and new stuff, because hey, we were all new at one point. So let's first just get to this comment, and then we'll kind of go through, and I'll try to explain it in my best way possible. So this person asks, what does it mean if a country's economy is bad or a country's economy is good? So let's first just start off with an economy. And an economy is a market. A market made up of what? Well, people. And how these people interact with one another is essentially what economics is, at a core. So for this country, I don't know, let's just call it, XYZ. I know, I'm very creative. So XYZ has all these people. So all these people, or all these dots, represent the people within the country, or in other words, the marketplace, or in other words, the economy of country XYZ. So what happens if I tell you that, let's add in some more, that out of all these people, those 4 have jobs? Would you say that that's kind of like a healthy economy when you look at the amount of people that have jobs? Out of all the people, that amount have jobs. I'm saying, well, geez, no, not really. There's a lot of dots there, and you only circled 4 of them. So this here would be a bad economy, meaning jobs is a very simplistic way to measure good economy, bad economy, or employment. You may have seen numbers, employment percentages, this and all that, but that's basically what it's trying to tell you is how healthy, how good, or unhealthy, how bad is an economy. Jobs, very quick way to do this. Whereas if I were to sit here and say, all right, all those people have jobs, you would say, wow. I mean, not everybody has jobs, but there's a ton of people that have jobs here. So that, from that perspective, very healthy economy. So jobs, that is straightforward way, or employment, depending on the terminology you use, but that's a way to kind of just really kind of gauge thing. And then on top of this, which flows down, how much are they making? Are these jobs all just, really, really low paying jobs? And, this is where things get a little bit more grayer, but that's another, big factor is what's the skill level of your, your workforce, of the people that are making up the jobs, the workforce. What are their skill level? Higher the skill level, the higher you're going to get paid. So that's kind of how jobs all works together. Not only the number of jobs, but also how much are those people getting paid? Because when those people are getting paid, they can go and spend more. And if they're spending more, then the economy just gets that much healthier. So that's the other part is skill. And then the more skill you have, so more skill equals, and this is from spending. Now this can get pretty fickle, but for the just basics of things, that's going to determine, the economy. Whereas even if you have a bunch of people with jobs, that's good. So yeah, you're not like your economy's terrible, but they're all really low paying jobs. Well, there's not going to be that much spending going on with the economy. So it's not going to be terrible, but it's not going to be like a booming economy either. And then the other big factor out there is in regards to, this is going to be a disaster. Let's see. Yep, that's a disaster. Bread, we'll call it. So if one day you go to the store and this bread is $1, and then you go to the store next week and that same bit of bread is $10, we have what would be known as an inflation problem here. So that's going to be another part of an economy. You don't want inflation to spike out of control, because economies with inflation problems, that's going to cripple the economy and at the core, at the basics, be a bad economy. So inflation is another one of those big things out there that really is going to dictate the health or lack thereof of an economy. Or, I mean, if you go to the store and, a bread's, dollar, the next week it's $1, 3 years from now, maybe it's $1.10, 10 years from now, maybe it's $1.50. Sure, prices are going up, but hopefully you see, well, that's over years. That's over years. That's not over, a time span of 1 week. And in my example, that'd be known as hyperinflation, but we don't need to get into any of that sort of stuff. Let's just keep it basic. But again, jobs, inflation, and then the skill of the workforce, those are going to be the main components on whether an economy is good or bad. And there's other forces too that are at it, but that can spin off into political things. So I'm not going to open up that can of worms. But there's other different things that can be done that can help or hurt an economy. But at the core, it's about jobs. It's about the skill of that workforce, because the higher the skill, the more they can spend. But you also want to make sure that inflation doesn't spin out of control, because when prices go up way too fast, that's not a good sign. Again, yes, there's more to it. Yes, there's arguments about how different things can be done, but that's where politics and all that sort of different mindsets about economics come into play. So that's not the point of this video. But yeah, good economy. People are going to have jobs. People are going to be able to afford to buy houses, buy stuff, and that's what you want. Bad economy. Not that many people have jobs, and when you don't have jobs, well, obviously there's nothing to spend, and things just can spin out of control pretty quickly. So that is it in a nutshell. If you are interested in trading alongside me and other traders, then I do offer a private trading community known as the Inner Circle. So the two images that you see on the screen, the one image, if you click on it, it will take you to the Inner Circle page and give you all the details about it. The other is going to be a behind the scenes tour that I personally give, so you can see exactly what you are going to get with the subscription. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then go ahead, check it out, and by all means, let me know if you have any questions.